Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with Ion Cinema, here to review Riders of Justice, the fifth film directed by Anders Thomas Jensen, which opened the 2021 Rotterdam Film Festival, and Magnolia is releasing in theaters in New York and LA May 14th, 2021, with a larger rollout afterwards. So if you're familiar with Jensen, he first came to prominence as a screenwriter who pens many of Susanna Bier's most notable features, including the Oscar winner In a Better World, also After the Wedding and Brothers, both of which were remade in English, Love Is All You Need, etc. He, as a director, his 2005 film Adam's Apples was quite well revered. I'm actually a big fan of Men and Chicken. So this film is like those, kind of an off-kilter black comedy that's uncomfortable in many ways and also trying to be sweet and poignant. And the elements this time around are so jarring that it doesn't quite work. Overall, it's really playing very obviously, of course, with coincidence versus correlation. So it opens with a sequence in Estonia where a young girl is teenage girl is desiring a bike she sees that's red, and she would like a blue one for Christmas. Cut to the next scene where someone's bike, a blue bike, is being stolen, and it belongs to Matilda, played by Andrea Heick Gadeberg, who's the daughter of Mads Mikkelsen, Marcus, who's serving another tour in Afghanistan instead of coming home. Because of this stolen bike issue, causes a chain of events, ripple effect, where her mother has to drive her to where she's going, but the car doesn't work, so they have to take the train. It just so happens that that train has blown up, and on that train, Matilda's mother dies because the seat that she was given to her by Otto, played by Nikolaj Kaas, who had just been fired for working on an algorithm that is dealing with these very same things about correlative events and ripple effects. And he was fired because the people that hired him and his cohort, Lindhardt, played by Lars Brygmann, decided that what they'd come up with was useless. And you can look more into that later. Anyhow, Mikkelsen has to come home to deal with his daughter. Otto learns that of the 11 people that died on this particular freak accident was a man named the Eagle and his lawyer, who were 13 days away from testifying against Kurt, the leader of the biker gang Riders of Justice, played by Roland Møller. He doesn't believe in coincidences. He knows that this had to have been planned. Both him and Lindhardt go to Marcus's house and tell him that, and Marcus says, okay, let's move on and give me what you can. So then they get in the third member of their ragtag team, Emmenthaler, played by Nicholas Bro, who has face recognition technology that kind of deduces that it's Kurt's brother that was seen leaving the train, etc., etc. And so begins a chain of events of retaliation between Marcus and his three stooges and the Riders of Justice, all of whom are painted as incessantly racist, homophobic cretins that are so over the top they are cartoonish. At the same time, it seems like Jensen is trying to do this Frank Capra, you can't take it with you theme with this ragtag band of people that all have significant problems that, you probably define them as broken beings. And all of the conversations dealing with their lives and their past traumas are so on the nose that it feels like a soap opera, and it feels overly wishy-washy and sentimental, and kind of Jean-Pierre Jeunet doesn't do this so grossly with Micmacs, but I really think that this trying to evoke this Capra-esque feeling is what feels kind of so schmaltzy, and it just doesn't work in ways that feel kind of jarring and unkempt. However, I did really like how it looked. It was shot by Casper Tuxen, who among many projects filmed Len's Mike Mills' Beginners. Overall, if you're a fan of Mikkelsen, the film did make more on its opening weekend than Another Round in Denmark. it's certainly worth a watch, and I think Mikkelsen does excel at these toxic, masculine, stoic characters, and really the big payoff is seeing him, though infrequently, in action. Overall, I'll give Riders of Justice 2 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from MyOnCinema.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.